make some parts to the traps. Last night I worked on the spear trap. Today I'm going to work on, first of all, the 2-stick. If you don't have a wife that'll let you do this in the living room, doesn't mean she ain't a good woman, but I feel sorry for you because my wife is so cool about this stuff. Gosh dang, I lost my fire steel. Oh, I'm mad now. Oh, I know it's in here, so don't worry about it. It fits so nice down in here. Okay, so the 2-stick, from what I understand, is square. Square ends on it and a square top. So and it's got to be curved, the bait stick does. And so it's going to curve down in behind the rock, so I want it flat on the top and the sides. I had a kick of a time yesterday. Went rabbit hunting with the little girl, a friend of mine's granddaughter and him, and we took our muzzle loaders and a .22 pistol. And she's first rabbit, she said, "I'm not touching that dead rabbit." But by the second one, she was going in the brush after him. Snow was so deep, us old men couldn't get in through, even through the bar ditch, because it was like 6-8 foot deep. But she could walk on top, so she was our little retriever. Okay, so we got a square on all sides. And I think the other one is supposed to be square. A little bit of a slant to it. And then square this one off. Like I was saying last night, traps don't work if you just make the trap like the picture. Each one has to be tuned and tailored to the trail, to the what animal you're looking for as far as size. So each trap is definitely different, even though you read them in a book and think, oh, I know how to make a figure 4. Unless you go out there and put it to use, and then it's kind of weird, but you got to think like an animal. You got to think like get a shear face on that. This wood's drying up being inside. Okay, I think this is what I'm looking for. And there's 3 or 4 different places on this, different planes. and there's a hook on the end, so if as I'm putting this on, it may fit in different places, and I'm going to try each one until I find where that rock is going to rest on it. I really think this is probably a very effective. I've never used it. In fact, I've never made one. But I had a couple of friends that were Boy Scouts. Every time they'd come back from whatever they did, they'd be talking about it. And I'd make them show me. I'd say, oh, bull, you can't do that. And they'd show me what had happened. But I was pretty green to this when I moved here from Kansas. Up here, you got critters that are... Back home, if you weren't on a river bottom, there wasn't much around except for rats and mice. And if you got on a river bottom, of course, you had coons and possum and... But... And my first box trap I made caught a skunk, so that kind of cut my trapping days short. And you gotta pay attention to the bait. This will work on a trail though, and sometimes this is crazy, but if you get the salt off of right here and right here, and you rub it on the end of your bait stick, and this is set up for rats and mice, you would not believe how they get attracted to that. It's a little bit of salt. I don't think salt's used as a bait near as much as it could be. It's just like a cowlick, you know. They know they need minerals. Either that or it's just the taste. But I've seen rats and mice chew through leather right where the sweat is. Like on horse collars and stuff like that. Here's my bait stick. I think that's going to work for the 2-stick if I find my other piece. Gosh dang it, you know, I'm so organized until that camera turns on, and then that might need... I think it's alright for it to be just an inch off the rock, as long as it's off the rock. We'll see if that works later. So, got that one. Now this reverse figure 4. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out why there was a knot at the top, if I remember right. I gotta watch it again, but when Talon made it, he had cut a piece right here and used this Y, but well, the more I look at it, I don't know why it wouldn't be a figure 7, I mean a latch notch. Looks to me like if you had one backwards both directions, it'd work. This is where making that tri-stick again, I hate to be beating a blind horse. But that tri-stick, I really didn't think much of it, to tell you the truth. But man, when you get into making traps, you need crisp latch notches. You need anywhere where your trigger's concerned, it needs to be crisp cut. And then if you want to round it off, to give it better sensitivity, that's fine, but start with it crisp. I'm going to go just a little deeper on that. Split it off. Probably want to put it in behind one of these notches. That's probably why they had that knot on there. Plus, if I had cedar or something else besides lilac, this lilac is just crap for wood. Crap. I mean, they may be pretty and smell good, but for trap making, they're horrible. Even green, they break. They might not in the summertime. I am having to bring stuff in so the sap thaws out. I just batoned that one too many times last time and split that off. Gosh dang it, it's still coming off again. Okay. I don't think that top piece, doesn't matter how long it is, because you're setting the board down here. I'm going to come way back here. Doesn't matter how long it is, because this part just be sticking up into space. But the skills that I'm learning, or that I have learned just in the past few weeks, it's been really cool, because it's nasty out, and this is something, if your wife will let you, you can do it inside. Or you can build a fire out in the fire pit, keep it shoveled off. I'm scared of splitting that now. But